Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends. This is Monday, May the 9th, and we're glad to have you with us today. We're going to talk about Capital City production of In the Heat of the Night. And I want to introduce you to Dingani Beza. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, live in Los Angeles. You're here with us today to talk about In the Heat of the Night.
That's right.
Yeah, and then we have Ben Miller. You are the director and the character that you play.
Chief Gillespie.
Tell us a little bit about the production of Heat of the Night.
So the production is a stage play version of the original film of In the Heat of the Night, which centers on the story of a Los Angeles detective who finds himself in the South at the time of a brutal murder. Due to race relations, is immediately a suspect, but then helps with the investigation along the way. And ultimately, the question is who done it?
Yeah, Dingani, your character.
I play, obviously, the role of Mr. Tibbs, Virgil Tibbs, who was portrayed in the movie in 1967 by Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
So, obviously, my character is the one who gets caught in the middle of a murder one night, passing through town.
Yeah. You are preparing for this. How do you prepare for a show like this?
You know what? Me personally, the first thing you got to do is know your words. So the first step of preparation is knowing what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then second is really just trying to create some backstory for the character and really dive into it. I always try to paint that world in my head about where he came from, where he's going, who he's been
you
with.
actually become the character.
Yeah, well, in as much as, I'm not really a method actor, but in as much as one would,
Yeah.
It's interesting, though.
Yeah, is it difficult?
It depends on who you ask. For me, I love it. For me, it's what I do.
Yeah,
It's what
I can see in your eyes. It looks like it's fun. The production In the Heat of the Night is opening when?
It opens this Thursday and runs just this weekend only, this Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday, so 4 shows. And this is one of those shows. It's called our Spot Series. We don't have a meal. Tickets are then at a reduced price because there's no meal.
Okay, but if you want to see it, it's only this week, and then it goes away.
That is right.
That's right.
Goes away forever. All right, it's the Heat of the Night. How do they get tickets?
They can either go to our website at ccpjc.org or call the ticket line at 681-9612.
Okay, and the times again are?
It is Thursday starting at 7:30, Friday starting at 7:30, and then 2 shows on Saturday at 1 and 7:30.
Nothing on Sunday.
Nothing on Sunday.
Okay, it's gone then. Thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate it. And break a leg with In the Heat of the Night.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, now we're going to talk about food safety in the summertime, and we have an expert with us, Kristen Eiffert, Missouri Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Good to have you here, Kristen.
Good morning.
What is the most important thing that we need to keep in mind with food safety in summertime?
Well, I mean, we still have the same principles that we do all year round, but, I think about in the summertime, we're doing a lot of grilling. So how do we have, make sure that our grilling practices are safe? We're going out on picnics, having, time that we're eating outside. So, that changes the components a little bit.
Now, you said make sure our grilling process is safe. What are you talking about there?
So, we need to be concerned about, number one, we don't want to thaw our meat on the counter. Anytime we leave our meat raw, out on, the counter not being refrigerated, so not in the safe zone, which would be less than 40 degrees, we just run the risk of bacteria contamination. And, time is the important thing there. Every 20 minutes, bacteria can double. So
now, if you're taking, let's say you got a couple of steaks you're going to grill tonight. You decided this morning you're going to grill tonight. You take those steaks out of the freezer this morning. they're wrapped in the brown paper. You shouldn't thaw them on the counter. Just let them sit out on the counter for a couple of hours.
No, really, you should be thawing in the refrigerator.
Well, they wouldn't thaw out then by tonight.
And if they don't have the chance to thaw out completely, if you had them sealed in a plastic bag, you could put them in an ice water bath, which would thaw them more quickly, or you could thaw them in the microwave. Sometimes you can put some marinade on the steaks, and put them in the refrigerator, and they'll thaw a little bit more quickly.
So don't ever thaw meat on the counter.
You're really not supposed to. So just because the outside of the meat is going to be a warmer temperature than the inside of the meat, and so you're just running the risk of.
But if the fact that you're cooking it over a hot fire, does that not kill the bacteria?
It kills the bacteria, but doesn't change the toxins that can be produced from the bacteria, which can still make you ill.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What about people who like to eat their steaks rare? Is that okay, or is that dangerous?
Well, so you really do want to have your steaks to about 140, 145 degrees to, truly be safe. Different populations have higher risks in terms of foodborne illness. So certainly the elderly, anybody that's immunocompromised, doing cancer treatments, you're going to be really careful with food safety. The rest of us can handle, a little bit more circumstances than, those immunocompromised individuals.
Okay.
But
let's say you're going on a picnic and you're taking along potato salad and all the other things, deviled eggs and so forth. How long can these products stay out of the refrigerator on a picnic table with 85-degree weather and still be safe to eat?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. So the rule is 2 hours, as long as it's not above 90. If it's above 90, it's only an hour. So, and after that 2 hours, if you've, that's just been sitting out for those 2 hours, you're going to throw away the stuff at the end. So if it's the key is keeping it out of the danger zone, which is 40 degrees to 140 degrees for 2 hours or less. So, if
you're at a picnic, let's say the temperature is the perfect 85 degrees.
Yeah.
And you can put that food out on that picnic table. It can stay out there for 2 hours, and it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. It's that 85 is getting close to 90. So, and again, it also depends on, is it in the sun? Are you in the shade?
Can you then put it away in the refrigerator?
No, at that point, I would pitch it.
So if it's been out for an hour and a half or so,
because
because
think about it from this perspective, when you put it back in the fridge, it's not going to get cooled down to that.
It takes a little time to cool off.
Right. So that's that 2 hour window is what you have to it can be in that danger zone for that amount of time, but outside of that time, you're going to pitch it. So you can't tell necessarily, at what point, by tasting the food that it's dangerous to consume.
You can't tell.
You can't tell.
Okay. All right. If people want more information about this, a website they can go to?
So eatright.org, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, has wonderful food safety tips there, or the CDC as well.
Eatright.org.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we're just about out of time, but I wanted to say, is it okay to keep butter out on the counter for a couple of days to keep it in mind?
Many people do. I keep mine in the fridge, but I know that people do just to keep it soft.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks.
Bye.